Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today I am in what they call the village of Strong. This is here in the coal region of Pennsylvania, of course. Here I'm at a small little park. Really doesn't have much going on for it here, but beside the park right along in here, and take a look around. Looks like it might be a baseball field back here where you can get hit and runs into the highway. But the story goes, from what I understand, is this park was a little bit bigger and it went into Atlas over here, is the next town over, which we will be taking a look at here in a few moments. But they cut the park in half, I guess, to build this bypass through here, I guess you can call it. So, enough of the park. Let's go see what the village of Strong has to offer for us today and see my first impressions. Haven't been here before, to be honest with you. Drove past it millions of times, but never actually stopped and walked through it. So let's take a look. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's crack on. We're gonna walk up the first street here as I'm leaving the park right there. I just was. And it's the wider street out of the two. My first impression is it looks pretty nice so far. It's a beautiful day out here in the coal region, actually. Sun shining. It's a little chilly, but not bad. No wind. I see solar panels in use up there. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's pretty cool so far. It's looking pretty typical for a small little suburban village of the coal region. So it's really not that big. It's probably smaller than Ramshaw. You got good security, you got dogs barking. It's really cool. They put their initials on the house there, painted them on there. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, really quiet neighborhood. Very peaceful out here, even though you hear the highway in the distance. The birds are chirping. You can tell spring's coming very soon. Some of the backyards have swimming pools, pretty nice. More dogs barking. So not bad so far. I mean, we look up here and we can see most of the backyards have a nice view. Behind them, it goes into the woods, it looks like. So it looks like really two streets in this town that go this direction that we're going. Something of my interest there is very big power lines that are coming through. Ladies and gentlemen, this really caught my interest here. It looks like an old foundation here. Two little entrances there, plus the steps back there. Pretty cool look. So as we crack on, the wind blows every now and then. Not too bad though today. 4 miles per hour from what I understand. We're in a little above freezing today, in the 30s here. And it looks like we're reaching Center Street. So Center Street, kind of ironic though, going right down Center Street in the center of the town is a big power line pole. It goes pretty long distance there, across the way into the woods and onwards. And if I spin around, you can see it continues that direction. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we crack on some more, walking through Strong. There's something you don't see most days in the middle of the lot, but it looks to be an old outhouse. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So ladies and gentlemen, it's a half mast. This is the Strong Fire Department. And that's probably what the old one is right there, I believe. Check this speeding out right now. So as we approach, see what's in the engine bay. Well, if we can. I'll try to lift you up because you guys are on my chest mount, so Looks like engine 25. Or is that a tanker? Looks like a tanker. So, yeah. Should really get rid of those. They're pretty old, rotten pumpkins. Strong Fire Department. This building is dedicated to the members and the community it serves. Established 1935, dedicated May 31st, 2003. So, what else do they have in here? Looks like another. Oh, that's a brush truck looking thing. Like an old military looking one. So that's pretty cool looking. But looks like there's a street above here. Let's take a look. Around the side. Of course, they have surveillance, which is always good. There's a place for rent right here. Actually, not bad looking place, is it? And looks like we're coming to the end of the street. And this is what it appears. Like an old rundown vacant area. And what's really cool is, if you look down there, maybe we'll get closer to that here in a second. We'll come down the end of the road and take a swing over for you. But yeah, if we come down, it looks like it's up and around to an alleyway, up that way. So let's take a look at that thing there. Pretty cool, right? So let's move down and see what the next streets have to offer. I know there's one more down below I want to check out. So ladies and gentlemen, I get closer because I wanted to make some good shots of this here. But I figure I'll show you what I'm walking up to. I came through the vacant lot. I mean, it might not be vacant. Looks like someone does take care of it. But I got brave. I decided to walk up, take a good view of this here with y'all. Old bulldozer. I don't know, what do y'all think? Pretty cool. Next to an old building, it says no trespassing, so I won't go into that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we're gonna crack on. I believe I have enough footage of this building. Not 100% positive, but we're gonna still crack on and go down this main road right here and see what else the place has to offer for us. So as we do that, this is the front of the building here that we were just at, the bulldozer. So we're making progress pretty quickly today, actually. So like I suspected, from the roadway when I drive by 61, which you hear behind me, this is the Strong Fire Department, what used to be right here. And I don't know what this used to be. Kind of reminds me of like a church almost. But I'm not 100% sure on that, so we're gonna keep on moving and see what else is down in Strong. And then we're gonna move over to Atlas. We're now going to walk down another street. And we'll see what second street it says there on the sign. So, and this is a little smaller of a street actually. It's more like an alleyway. And that's coal right there on the map, so that's maybe a heat source for the house, I imagine. Fairly nice looking in the backyards, front yards here, whichever they may be. We gotta have a vehicle coming by, so we're gonna have to wait for a second or two. There they went. And of course it's a Jeep. And I was just being watched on the camera there. Of course everybody has cameras these days. I understand that, which is, I don't have an issue with one bit. I just have fun finding them and seeing how many there really are around. Very cool looking flag right there. Let's tilt the camera up a little bit more. So yeah, this isn't really too much else to see here. So we're gonna go ahead and back down to the park, jump over to the next town, which is, if you look at the road right there, I can kind of see it already. It's right on the other side of that road up there. So we'll get there and check that out. That's called Atlas. There's probably more to see. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are now in Atlas at a memorial. That's where we're going to start. It's actually pretty cool. Every little town around here, very strong on their volunteer pride for their fire departments. Did a really nice job making this actually, didn't they? Looks like it lights up red, white, and blue back here with a flag at night. That's what the color of that is, and then the flag above it. And this little park, little pavilion to sit in the center, a gazebo maybe it's called. And then the ambulance service is directly across the street there with the fire department. It looks like the fire department has the doors open at the moment. So my first impression when I first pulling off the side street up there, that's Route 61 where Coles is right there. See all the traffic. So I get out here at the park, walk around, and it's a decent looking park so far. I know it's lit up pretty well during the Christmas season. And I see alleyways. Kind of looks a little old, run down a little bit maybe. But that's what you expect in an old town. So over here in the hill in the distance, coal mining operation is going on. See it all busted up, and then of course you see activity at the fire department. So let's take a walk around and see what else. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, we are getting on to what will be the first street I check out. So let's look right and left to see what we got. So look down there, not much but houses, the entry of town. Zoom in. So pretty typical for a neighborhood there. And like I said, you got the EMS service, fire department. So we're gonna go down this way, because even the hill in the far distance there looks like it's a coal mine operation. So, and again, that's the park we were just at. So, and then we'll take a look and see what's back this way here, because we're pretty close to these coal hills right here. Calm banks. Yeah, calm banks they're called. Oh, walks there. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that's like right there. Yeah. So why don't we walk a little bit farther over and see how close we discovered that it is the police station right here. That's the police station. Police vehicles. And we got community aid bin. Wow. That's interesting. Alleyway again. It's Mount Carmel Township Municipal Building. That's what it's called. Right there. Beautiful looking with the flag. And it has the garages and stuff back here. Show the police station. So I don't think we'll be back here long. And actually it looks like they have more courts over here, more of a park. Take a look at this real quick. And it's a bigger park right here actually. School goes down there, has a pavilion, maybe a baseball field. We'll take a look. I'm all the way up to municipal buildings right next to me here. I'm all the way up to what looks like to be a trail that goes into the woods here, up and through. But I'm not going to go up there because I'm not ready for that. But right there is where the operation's going on. That's pretty wild. I really like how they did the woodwork around that. That's pretty unique. So, there it is. Looks like might be some swing sets down that way. But yes, it is a beautiful looking day in Atlas, Pennsylvania. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're walking down the street. I didn't catch the name of this street actually when I was walking. But I did a quick Google search as I was getting there to this location, walking from the police station. So Atlas here in Pennsylvania is a census designated place located in Mount Carmel Township, Northumberland County, in the state of Pennsylvania, of course. The community is located very close to Mount Carmel along Route 61. As of 2010 census, it has a population of 809. And it's really not much else on there. Zip code is 17851 if you're interested. But yeah, there's really not much else on here to talk about that comes up on Wikipedia search. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Little corners here. Skeleton guy, of course. So we are on, I don't even know how to read these page. So hold on, like I was saying. How do you read these signs like that? I have no idea what street I'm on right now. But as of most houses, you hear the dogs are barking. The wind's not so bad walking down this neighborhood, at least. And as I speak, the door slamming in the wind. But you really don't feel much going on. So, still some snow on the ground here. But yeah, it's sitting in the shade, so it'll probably be that way for a bit. But definitely, here we see typically we see a lot of this every time I've been out. Most of these little villages, and even in Shamokin, we see something like that. Alright, so we're gonna keep on going down the street some more here. If we notice up on here, they put a lot of, I don't know what you would call these off the top of my head, but it's to honor the veterans in the area. And they're on every pole up and down, which is a real cool thing to see. So, as I get the weird eye from the guy over the vehicle, we should go over there and tell them what we're doing, but we're not going to. They can find out by checking YouTube later on. Right, that puppy coming. Right there. Alright, a puppy. So yeah, definitely loud dump truck going on. There's a coal operation I see right around the corner here. Sounds like it's coming from up there on the hill. The banging going on, but part of the playground's still there. Well, let's go down and see what's going on around the corner. We might actually have a good shot of the coal operation going on. We're walking up, and there's a nice old Jeep. Reminds me of the Goonies Jeep right here in front of me. That's really cool. I don't know if it's the same color until I get a little bit closer. It's hard to see even out here. The sun's just beaming in my eyes. But pretty close to the Goonies, right? So here we are. It's funny I'm doing this. It reminded me of DJ Audits, what he does, and I just got a notification across my screen for his channel. But wow, here we are. We're at a coal operation, guys. Look at this. So let's read the signage right here real quick. Unlawful personnel past this point. So we'll stay off of this area past that point. And there's some more signs over here we should look at real quick. Alright. So what we got going on back here? I don't know. And over here, it looks like it goes up. And then there's a guy driving around on a skid steer. Right there, we got a good shot at him. Taking what's coming out of that little pipe right there, scooping it up and moving it, it looks like. Or maybe I'm wrong. So as you see, we still haven't crossed the line. We have a really good shot. The operation's going on. I might go grab my drone and fly it over here one of these days. I do have it with me, but it's way back up the street, so take a look over here. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're leaving the coal operation. A nice big chunk of coal here, and very, very great advice right there. Be kind. I love that scene that you have going on. So we're going to continue walking down. It doesn't look like it's too much farther because that tan building there is the end of the Atlas, I guess you could say. Again, with the gutters everywhere like that, that's kind of weird. There's some older housing, some condemned ones. Typical anywhere you go. Some very nice ones as well. And this side is very nice. This side is more of the older style. This one looks like it had some refurbishing work. It looks really nice. And you got the coal operation going on. So like I said, my first impressions is I love the color schemes. It's a bright little village. really noisy because of that, but then it looks like it has a real lot of good potential, and it has its typical ups and downs like anywhere else. There's a lot of private property, no trespassing is posted on all these buildings, so I'm not too sure what's going on here. It looks like this one's vacant actually, so these ones look like they're not too structurally integrated. So yeah, this one definitely is though. I mean, that's a beauty, ain't it? Let's continue down. Oh, we might actually get to know what the street name is here in a second. This one looks East Sailor. We're on East Sailor and wanna something. So East Sailor, walking up Birch Street. It reminds me of a lot of the area in Harrisburg. There's some alleyways. It gives me like a Pembroke feeling. If anyone's from down in the Harrisburg area knows the Pembroke area. It's kind of giving me that kind of vibe. Even with the architect. Not bad. And again, with the no trespassing signs everywhere. Interesting why they have to do that. And this street we're coming up to here, Columbia Avenue. Nice little stone building there. Well, it's not little, but it's a nice looking stone building. Some little metal flapping over there. That's what we just heard. Oh, that one kind of matches the one we were just looking at. That one there. That one there. Looks like a church up the road there. That way. So what's down this way? There's something that caught my eye. Let's go take a look at that. Looks like a structural beam of some sort. But yeah, walking along here, seeing the houses up close. Not bad looking. Yeah, that definitely caught my eye over there. But let's look at this one first real quick. That's pretty cool. Let's go over there and take a look at that. So we have the steel frame on it still. Or is it put in and not finished? I'm not positive. But interesting. And across from it looks like they took one down recently there. I didn't realize when I was just standing at it looks pretty empty behind it. There, but this is a very interesting looking situation here. So it has a lot of potential if you have a lot of money to invest into it. But yeah, you can see they actually took one down now. I used to stand here. I don't know how the steps are here. They go up and it's blocked off. You see they kind of pushed everything in. So interesting, right? So yeah, I'm glad I cut up the block when I did because we're already at the end of it here. That will go into Mount Carmel then once you hit the Viaduct Bridge right there, which is where they're all heading. So we're gonna head back up this way. I'll catch back up to you in a moment. Gentlemen, starting up here where we left off. It's like an old storefront here. This building's really cool looking actually. I was just doing some shots on that one. October 1934. Isn't that pretty cool? So that tells you a good history of how this place really is. How old it could be. Just by the designs in the buildings, and they took pride in what they built back then. You notice how them buildings are still standing. And most of the ones they threw up just real quick, they go down real quick. Stuck in here. It's actually not a bad looking area at all. They're definitely doing a good cleanup, making sure everything looks nice around here. A little bit of construction work going on, you know, that's cool. Other than that, we're gonna go up and take a look at that, what I believe is a church up there. And we'll be pretty much done in Atlas. I'm pretty sure it's a village. So we'll check that out as well. And make sure we have the right details. But yeah, it looks like we're approaching that church now. Looks like a little guy compared to most that I've seen recently. But yeah, I didn't notice You know what? I didn't notice in Strong that there wasn't a church. I didn't see a single church, did I? That's probably what that one building was that was vacant. It probably was a church at one point, maybe. But here we are. The church. Pretty classic. That is nice little beauty to it. Houses across the street don't look bad. So I'm gonna take some pictures of this and I'll get right back for their exam. It's either not being used. It just doesn't look like in the best of shape up there. Alright, it's definitely not a church anymore. What it says here in the sign. So, what? The entrance is up that way. We're not going to go up there because it's actually a nice little ramp. Goes the whole way up through there. But we have no business being there, so we're not going to check it out. See some of these nice houses across the street though. I like the shape of that one. It's pretty cool. We keep on walking and see what else we can come up with here. Only thing missing right here is a big flag on that pole. That'd be really nifty to have right now. Yes. They have security, the dogs are barking. There's a lot of across the street there at them too, but a lot of these pink papers posted on these doors and stuff. So this condemned. Condemned. I say those wind chimes are giving a real nice vibe, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Had to stop and pause and look at the flag for a moment. Listen to the wind blowing and the chimes. Good sound, but hopefully not bad for my audio when I go to edit this video. I don't have to do an edit, clean up on it, you know. These stairs are designed very private to get up there. Very tight too. Wonder how you would move your furniture in and out. Nice little nest built up in there. See that right there? Getting up to where there's a lot of wild noise. Something you wouldn't expect to talk to me. But I guess, hey, if it fits, it ships, right? Another plot next to it, maybe someone can get that. Stick one in and one next to it. Oh. Probably a cheap way of fixing things up. Getting housing too. Come on now, that's one heck of a bumper. What's going on there? That's interesting looking. So on Atlas, my impressions, not too bad. Nice and peaceful. Typical coal region, city, suburban design right outside of a, say, an inner city. Maybe it's something you'd see on the outside of that. Nobody bothered me, nobody looked at me too weird. Police force, fire department, EMS service are right here. All access to what you need. There's a grocery store not too far. Hardware stores right across the street over there. A lot of recreational area. So not much else you can really complain about here. I mean, I know it's in the middle of the day on a Monday, so not many people are around, so it's definitely a nice place to be. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up today for a two-village visit, Atlas and Strong. I hope everybody's well. Spring is coming. Stay tuned for a lot more videos coming as we do a lot better explorations, exploring and all that good stuff, because it'll be a lot better weather and I won't be so cold. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, rise above, and crack on.